Hello guys and welcome back to yet another unathletic episode. We are two very unathletic men. Okay, not so unathletic. But this is going to be my standard template intro throughout. In our last episode, we spoke about Mbeumo and Cunha, the transfers that came into... Mbeumo that came into United. We spoke about their physicality, the way they press, etc., etc. Now we're going to talk about that one player who left United on a loan, but still an integral part of what we've been trying to do for the past 10 years, which may or may not have worked out. We're going to discuss that further into this episode, and that is the loan move of Rashford from United to Barcelona. He wanted to go to Barca for a while. I think even before Aston Villa, there were a lot of talks about him going to Barca. I'm glad it worked out for him, man. It's our number 10. He's our homegrown product.
Yeah.
He said that I'm not going to shit on United, basically.
I love that. No, I mean, there are a lot of people who leave United and he
just destroy the team. Yeah,
he lives United also, that guy. But I have no ill will towards Rashford whatsoever. It's a fairy tale story of a club youth academy being chucked into the team because of injury crisis, and he just went strength to strength to strength to strength, became the talisman for the club, had some incredible seasons for us. Will leave the club if we're not going to see him play for a United shirt again, which I don't think we will. He's still going to be, I think, top 10 scorers of Manchester United all time, which is not a small fucking deal whatsoever. Really happy for him. I'm glad it's worked out for both parties.
Any regrets with Rashford leaving?
The regret is not seeing the level of consistency of which we know he's capable of performing. He has the capability of being absolutely world class any day. He is a player who what I will really miss about him is seeing Rashford in big games. I think in the top 6 teams he has the most number of goals against. Number 1 is Leicester, and then the remaining are Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and I think Spurs or something like that. So most of his goals come against the big teams. That is something which I really miss about him, because there were these times, even during the bad times, where people were like, why is Rashford in the squad? I'm like, no. Against big teams, you put him in the squad, you put him in the team, he's going to score. The best example of that is his performances against PSG, his performance against Barcelona as well. Remember?
And the FA Cup final against City.
Yeah.
He played really well.
He played really well. So, regrets are of course there. I will always think of Rashford as the one who got away. Not necessarily because, we should have kept him, but in terms of he's the kind of guy who you want to be start to finish in one club. He has said the same thing himself, that he wanted to retire at United, but I think this is the best move for both parties involved.
I have a very right-leaning view on this.
Right-leaning? My God.
Because, I've been saying it from the start that if there's one player that's consistently being spoken out by the managers who failed, and LVG gave him his debut. Mourinho was his first proper manager. Then we moved on to Ole, then Ranić, then Eric, then Amorim. And all 5 of them had one thing consistent, which is that after a point they were not starting Rashford because he was not doing the things that they wanted him to do. Especially when it came to tracking back.
Yeah.
And following the defender and all of that. That output was just not there. And I was a big Rashford fan.
Every United fan
he's a homegrown product.
Yeah,
you can't shit on him. But over time, especially when this Amorim sort of exodus happened.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, maybe there's a pattern over here that we as fans are not able to see, but these are managers of professional clubs and they're seeing something that we can't.
See, I think with Amorim, Rashford also kind of addressed this in his interview when he first joined Barcelona, is that they've been rebuilding on and off for 10 years. And I think this is one too much for Rashford, where it's difficult for him. He's the one, like you said, every manager, every time something goes wrong, he's the one who gets singled out by all the fans and all the media. All the attention is on him and him alone. And it gets just mentally tiring, toxic, and right from the COVID days when he was providing free meals for kids, that's when he became a target for the media giants in England. Since then, it's just been a constant struggle for him. And I feel like it it was never going to work out. It reached a point where you could see that he's not able to give everything on the pitch. And I again, like, I completely agree with what you're saying, that under each of these managers, he has had spells of form where it's absolutely breathtaking. Apart from Amorim, he was just,
No, even Amorim in the first, I think 2-3 games, I remember played him up front
No,
as a number 9 and he scored.
In the first match, I think he scored, the very first Amorim game, but he was out of the squad within 4-5 games, I think.
I think that was because of disciplinary issues. Let's not get into that.
Let's not get into that. But I mean, so coming to the terms of the deal itself, right? He has taken a 15 to 25% pay cut to join Barcelona. He's reduced his salary to play for them. His loan spell at Villa is weird because the way everyone is portraying it
it's not that way.
It's not. He's not. It was not that good.
Yeah,
he scored 4 goals, and I think 2 of them were in an FA Cup game against quite a weak team. It's not like he showed. Maybe in the game for like 5-10 minutes he created some chances and it's like, oh, Rashford is back, but overall it didn't really look like he's that same world beater kind of a Rashford, right? And maybe when he's in a setup like Barcelona, and I think this is the case, when he's in a setup like Barcelona, when the pressure is not on him, when he's one of the more senior players on the squad, I think he has more of a chance to shine when he's not in the spotlight. And I hope that happens for him. But one thing which was made very clear was that it was Hansi Flick or someone who said that he will have to run. Because Barcelona is not going to take passengers in that team. Even if you're coming on for a 20-minute cameo appearance at the end, even when, Yamal is
burnt out. But that's the one thing, like, where is he going to play? Because you have Yamil one side, you have...
No, it's Lami.
And you have Rafinha the other.
He's going to play, I mean, most of his career is on the left wing, but a lot of people have been talking about him playing,
number 9.
As number 9 or as like kind of a backup for Yamal. I actually think he's more likely to play on the left wing rather than the right wing. But what I really want for Rashford is for him to find that love, that enthusiasm for the game which he had, where there was a spell where he would get the ball and he would be direct and drive with the ball, right? There was a spell where he would take men on with skills, right? Not just pace, with actual skills, beating the man, the days when Pogba and Rashford were balling together. I hope that comes out.
I mean, if Anthony could do it at Real Betis in La Liga, I'm pretty sure.
It's a very fair point you're making, because the competition, the level is much lesser. And he's someone who anyway shows up for the big games, right? It's the other games where he doesn't really play that well. And he looks like kind of lost. So in La Liga, I think his quality should shine through. And I mean, the terms of the deal is that it's a 30 million, buy option. There's no penalty clause this time, even though reports said that they were. That penalty clause, by the way, is that if you don't sign Jadon Sancho, you have to pay us 5 million, which Chelsea actually did. They paid us 5 million not to sign a player. That's not in Rashford's contract. But I think it's a great move for all parties. Barcelona get star power squad depth. United get astronomical wages off their budget. Amorim gets a player who is not bought into the squad and the culture off the books. Everyone wins in this situation, according to me.
Nice. I hope it works out for him, man. I mean, Barca is a good way to...
Number 14, bro. Henry's shirt he got.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Redeem your career at Barcelona and then we get the transfer fee. And Rashford gets his moment to shine as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, we'll close this episode here. Do like, share and subscribe and let us know what you think of the content and we'll be back.